Hey guys, Todd Young here. I want to talk in this video a little bit about S corporations. This is going to be basic because there's a lot to cover here, but the thing that I'm curious about, and I'd appreciate some comments if you don't mind, but if you're a business owner, I'd like to hear what kind of advice you're getting in this area. The thing with S corporations is that basically you can, the IRS recognizes when it comes to entities that if you're the owner of a business, you're the owner, but then you're also a lot of times the primary employee or worker, or you do a lot of the work, but then you're also the owner. And so, what the S Corp structure, and honestly, the LLC structure lets you do this some too, but what that lets you do basically is get compensated as both the owner and as the worker, okay? So, the tax code classifies those types of income a little bit differently, but the bottom line is, the money that you make from an S corp that you don't pay salary on, you get to avoid the self-employment tax, the FICA and Medicare, the contributions to our Social Security and our Medicare system. But it's a little more complicated issue because what happens in that situation, and I tell people all the time that let's say you make $100,000 in a year, and let's say that if you hired you as an employee, you would pay you about 30 to 40 to maybe 50,000 for the hours that you put in and the work that you do where you serve that business. Okay, well, if you get to your tax return and you report your salary of say 40,000, and then your distributions, your other income of 60,000, you're still paying income tax on the whole 100,000. Okay, so it doesn't really change anything there, but you only contribute to our Social Security Medicare system on the part that you pay as salary, which is 40,000, right? Well, someone who makes 40,000 a year, in theory, is going to get less from Social Security when they retire than someone who makes 100,000 a year. So what happens sometimes then after 20 or so years is that you get to the time that you can pull money from Social Security, and there's not as much there because the way the system's supposed to work is that you pay the money in, they hold it for you, and they pay it back. Well, the way that works with the tax rules in the past years is it doesn't exactly work that way. They've upped the retirement age. They've done some other things to where when you get the money back, a part of it, a good part of it, 85% of it in many cases, is taxed again. So you're not always getting back everything that you put in. But that is the idea. So I think the takeaway from this video is that if you're going to do that, if you're going to have an S Corp and you're going to pay yourself as a distribution for part of the money that you're making, calculate the tax savings on that and make sure you set it aside for retirement, because otherwise it's not going to be there. If you paid into Social Security, in theory, you're going to get it back when you retire. If you save it now and spend it, then it's not going to be there. So anyway, that's some thoughts on S Corps. I'd appreciate your comments or questions. I know that's a big topic. There's a lot to talk about, but that's something I run into all the time. So that's it for now. Thanks.